All right, Miami Dome to get it started. Rygunduz versus Umbran Captain.
Oh, all right. Back and forth again. We saw Miami Dome last with, I believe, we had seen it a little while ago. That being said, it was a lot of orb structure there. Sword versus great sword, though. We saw Coco actually on this stage dominating with the great sword. I wouldn't be too surprised if it continues again. That being said, really good from Rygunduz, just able to maintain all this pressure, and Umbran cannot find any way of getting back onto the stage. Less than 30 seconds into the game, we see that first stock lost.
Nearly a 0 to death too at that point. They almost took no damage on that first stock. Absolutely insane stuff here. We're going to see if Rygunduz can kind of keep that momentum going. And right now it's kind of looking like we're going to get there. Oh wow, going way up, trying to find a way to even up the stocks with a little bit of cheese. But listen, when you lose a stock that early, cheese is exactly what you need. Unfortunately, you didn't have the right kind.
Well, no, if you wanted cheese, you would have Azov for Cheese Face.
Yeah, that is fair. Hey, big shout out to Cheese Face, man. I love some Azov action here. But right now, man, Umbran is definitely struggling a little bit here. As you can see, we're already in the red on that second stock. And oh, that's rough there. And we do see Rygunduz with that Hattori. Man, they are absolutely lethal with this sword, let me tell you.
Absolutely. And now that we see a two-stock lead coming up for Rygunduz, we should talk about how this is the elimination bracket now. Losing this best of 3 for anyone here, and well, the way things are going for Umbran, you have to worry. You could be out of BCX if you don't convert this set.
I mean, somebody's got to go home, and unfortunately, that's how these types of brackets work. Somebody's got to go home all the way until there's one left, and neither of these players are ready to punch their ticket out quite yet. But ooh, fantastic stuff, and we're getting on the board there. Thank goodness from Umbran, because it looked like those first two stocks a little bit rough.
A little bit rough, and again, like you said, a little bit of cheese coming from Rygunduz' side. So as long as Umbran can adapt around, anticipating that sort of, oh never mind.
My God,
I'm
close it out,
stopping
please.
talking.
Oh.
No way. Everything was set up perfectly for Rygunduz to find that second last stock, and there it is.
All right,
I mean,
we
look,
still got the stock, but if they were able to close that out, that would have been so sick, like a weapon toss afterwards too. Oh, come on.
I know, the sugar, spice, and everything nice, but it's okay. No Chemical X this time around, but you know what? Amazing weapon throws back-to-back essentially in this block for us. I mean, we had Blaze with that amazing weapon throw. Rygunduz having that same exact structure of telegraphing where those weapons need to go. If we see that happen again, I think it's going to be possible. I think we're going to see it in games 2.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see what happens here. But as you can see, Umbran looking pretty solid. They look like they're looking a little bit comfortable here. Oh, they're actually rocking the Xbox. Is it the Elite? Yeah. Wow, they're using the Xbox Elite Pro controller.
Nice.
I actually have one of those. It's actually
Really?
a very nice controller. I don't personally like it for like platform fighters, because I have noticed that there's the stick, like when it flicks back, it sometimes can turn you around entirely. But just in general, fantastic controller. It just feels good. It's got a good weight and everything. But enough of that, and enough of my shilling. We're going to get right back into this game here. And this is the map I feel like we have not seen at all this weekend.
This is nerve-wracking, because remember, Small Haven's smallest map in the entire game, very small platforms, very small blast zones. Umbran was essentially on the border being taken out for that first stock. There it is. 0 to death. 0 completely. Holy moly!
I mean, I get it. Umbran's like, okay, they did definitely do a little bit of something with the great sword, but switching over here to have a sword as your backup, I don't know. It just does not seem to be working out the way you're hoping. And Rygunduz put on a show with the sword earlier, and it's all about the spear in game 2, man.
Good lord. I mean, Rygunduz, we talked about dominant control in the last 2 sets, right? But this might be the most apparent example so far. And again, this is against the great sword again. The Jaeyoon pick has been dominant when we saw Coco not too long ago, but this time around, sword in hand for Umbran, needs to find a stock takedown right now, or it might be too late for BCX.
And definitely trying to make it work. There we go. We got the Sair. Close it out. Yes, sir. Closing that second stock here. And we are on the verge of a 3 stock unless Umbran has something to say about it. They were able to take a stock in the first game. And we do have the great sword in hand. And we know how this thing hurts.
All right. You know, this is BCX stock for Umbran right now. There's no other way to put it. And Rygunduz might be 3-stocking Umbran in the process. Unarmed, sword, spear, doesn't matter what it is. All the reads, super good. Look at these weapon throws, almost expertly timed. Oh, the D-Sig almost catching Umbran out as well. This is a game of a lifetime for these two. Great telegraphing with the weapon throw again.
Oh, Dude, right? Okay, Rygunduz, they know exactly what they are all about, and they were just trying to put on a show for the crowd, for the casters, for the people. They are the people's champ for sure right now. Man, they were just doing stuff they didn't need to. A little bit disrespectful, but I like the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's disrespect and then there's BM, right? That was good disrespect. That was, I'm gonna style on you harder than I think we've seen anybody today. That was impeccable, incredible. Every single tool in Rygunduz' pocket was used.
I think, yeah, look, even the unarmed is actually in play for a little bit. The 135 there, pretty solid stuff. But, man, yeah, Rygunduz definitely looking really solid here. You know what? Australia does have a pretty solid scene, and they are definitely out here representing with a little bit of that flashiness, too. I'm all about it, man. I want to see this final stock again. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it's the whole replay.
Yeah, I mean, he goes for that right there, right? Oh, no, that's actually just to close it out, but I do like the weapon toss beforehand. And he's like, dude, he knew exactly what he wanted. He knew exactly how everything was going to play out. When you have that type of swagger and you just feel like, I know the game, I know everything's going to play out, and you just make it work, oh, man, big respect on that one.
Essentially won with the game right there, but you know what? That was really quick. I think that might be the end.